I didn't get out of stir for a meet like this.
Oh, I'm sorry, honey. I learned to talk that way in prison.
Don't joke about it. Don't even think about it. It's over.
Is it? Is it ever over once it begins?
You were innocent. We'll prove it.
Were you followed?
Why all the secrecy? You were paroled. You're free.
Honey, I was paroled because I'm sick. Only 2 people believe I was innocent. That's you and me. The rest? Every gunman in town is going to be watching me, hoping to lay their hands on $1 million. Right behind them, the police.
All right, Gans. You deal with me and avoid all those problems.
Steve, what are you doing here?
You know him?
Tell her.
He's an insurance investigator.
And I've been trying to recover the money.
That I didn't steal.
Steve?
All right, Gan. All right. We'll play it your way. I'll be your shadow. Now, if you don't have the money, I'll apologize. Now, I have plenty of time. How much do you have?
Dad!
3MD9, see the woman. Possible coronary just occurred.
Van Cortlandt Park, 3MD9, code 3.
3MD9, roger.
Please hurry. It's an emergency. My father's collapsed. It's all right. That way.
They're after you. You're a gold mine. They'll run you down. They'll squeeze you till that million comes out, then they'll throw you away. Now turn it over.
I don't have it.
Frank, I'm never wrong. You know that. I worked too hard finding out. Now, come on, get off the hook. Tell me where it is. I can make a deal now with my company.
Can you stand aside, please?
Hello, Doc. Long time.
Not long enough, Kramer. Carl? Get him on. All right, Carl, you drive. Want to ride in the back? You, out.
I have to talk to him.
When he's better.
He might not get better.
Well, then I guess you won't be able to talk to him, will you? You take your hand off that door, or I'll break it off.
Is that me?
In great detail.
Not good, is it? A man is given an indeterminate sentence and he suddenly gets out after only 2 years. He's very lucky. Or very sick.
What did the prison doctors tell you?
Year, 2. They were lying, weren't they?
It's hard to say.
Look, doctor, I was convicted of a crime I didn't commit. Now, that's unfair. That's stealing a piece right out of a man's life. Telling a sick man he has more time left than he really has, that's equally unfair. Now, I want to know what to do with it. What's left?
6 months. If you watch yourself.
Kramer said he'd stay on my tail the rest of my life. Well, he'll be out of work soon. Get him to leave me alone.
I can't force him to drop his investigation.
Do you know what he did? He courted my daughter, made love to her, just to get to me.
You lied to me.
Yeah, that's how it began. I needed a clue, a lead. My investigation was going nowhere.
So you decided to go after me.
Yeah.
That meeting at the theater.
I set it up.
Why didn't you just ask me what I knew?
Would you have told me about your own father? Jill, my company put an assignment on my desk. Recover $1 million in negotiables. I have never, Jill, never failed in a case. I can't fail. I can't ever let myself fail.
Are you using me now, Steve?
What?
Is this more of your act?
It's not an act. At least not all of it.
What is it now?
I don't know. I don't know.
Don't you? You haven't found the money yet. Isn't that why you've been hanging around?
There's another reason. I fell in love with you.
If that's true, then stay away from him.
He is part of my investigation.
He's part of my life. You love me? Save my father. He's a sick man, and he's very precious to me.
He's a thief.
May I see him now?
Yes. Don't you ever get sick of yourself?
Doctor, don't lose your perspective now. He was the respected controller of a large company. They used to belong to the country club. Right now, he's an ex-con who stole $1 million. Now, shouldn't you be sick of him?
You don't even understand what I'm talking about, do you?
Is he gonna die?
Not if I can help it.
That's what it is that you don't like about me. I'm just like you. I don't give up either. Again, we'll make a move toward that money till he's sure he's safe.
This is a list of every hood in town. If there are a dozen men like you on the force, we could really prove crime doesn't pay.
Uh-huh. Will you cooperate?
The problem is I don't like you. I find it hard to get out words like, yes.
First Locke, and now you. Why?
Maybe it's because every time you do a good job, and you do, somehow or other, somebody gets hurt.
Don't you ever sleep? Don't you have any hobbies? You make a deal with him?
He's a good investigator.
I know.
Without men like Kramer, the police sometimes couldn't operate.
Jack, Gans is a sick man. Kramer is going to hound him to death.
Gans is also a criminal. If he wasn't, Kramer wouldn't be after him. Yeah.
Lieutenant, I think you better come out here. J.J. Willard. He's taking out a gun permit. This is Lieutenant Gordon, Mr. Willard.
How long do I have to wait for you to issue me a simple permit?
Sir, your reason for wanting it.
The best in the world. To protect my family from a man who threatened to kill us.
Who did that?
Frank Gans. He called me today.
Look, a lot of people make threats. They usually do.
Usually? He threatened me when he was arrested. He threatened me when he went to prison. He swore I railroaded him.
Switchboard, this is Dr. Locke. Could you tell me whether the patient in room 416, Frank Gans, has made any phone calls today? He has. Mr. J.J. Willard. All right, thank you.
You have to find my body first before you believe me that he was out to kill me?
Okay, Shane.
Gentlemen, I've never laid an angry hand on another human being. Frank Gans said he was going to kill me. Frank Gans is crazy. And if he comes to my house, I'm going to shoot him.
It's all right, Gan. You won't need the nurse. I bring you news. Your former employer, J.J. Willard, has announced to the police that he will shoot you on sight. Well, if he doesn't, there are 10 others waiting in line.
If they fail, you'll always be there.
Always. One way or the other, you'll never live to spend that money.
I don't have it.
Turn it over to me. I'll stop hounding you. Everybody will stop. You'll have peace of mind.
You're wrong. The great investigator is wrong. You blew it, Kramer. You wasted all that time on the wrong suspect. I'm innocent. Now leave me alone.
All my love, Jill. She's a marvelous, marvelous girl, your daughter. Frank, I have this thing. I look at dirt like you, and I say to myself, how can I stop them? I mean, women who murder their husbands for the insurance, guys who fake accidents for insurance. A guy steals to eat, I understand. A guy steals to live, I understand. Guys like you, 15 years on the job, and one day you look at your boss, and you get very angry and very frustrated. So you say to yourself, why is it that the people with the silver spoon live so well, like J.J. Willard? So you steal from them. And you don't even think it's wrong. But I do. I do. But a bum like you, I could justify killing.
Get out of here! Kramer, get out of here, or so help me, I'll take you apart with my bare hands.
Well, what about it, Lieutenant? Are you going to charge Kramer?
No. I will. Simon, he didn't even touch Gans. I stopped him.
Dr. Locke, granted Kramer does become a trifle overzealous once in a while. That's why he's one of the best in the field. But don't blame the man. Blame a society that rewards winners.
Mr. Marsh, shut your mouth. Oh, you really do know I'm here. I wasn't sure.
Relax, Steve. I'll handle this.
Handle what? Handle a naughty boy, a criminal, a madman?
I am explaining.
You are apologizing, Mr. Marsh. I don't need anybody to apologize for me. I do a job, a good job. If I didn't, you wouldn't be here right now discussing me like some specimen. I'm busy. I got work to do. What have I done? What am I doing wrong?
That's just it, Kramer. You don't even know.
What's the matter, Doctor? Do I offend your delicate sensibilities, make you feel a little ill? I wonder why. Maybe it's because I don't do my operating in a sterile gown like you do. Well, that's because where I work, they're not unconscious and bleeding. They're alive and kicking. And I've got the scars to prove it.
I came by to return your key.
Drink?
No. Still thinking of buying her?
No.
You wanted her so much.
Oh, a boat like that, you need people to sail it. What am I going to do, hire a crew? That's no fun.
What about your friends?
So much for my life. What about yours?
I don't know. I thought we had something. Now suddenly I find out you were using me so you could find out where my father supposedly hid the securities.
That's how it began, yeah?
And after it began?
After. After, I missed you every time we were apart.
Love at first sight.
No. But it began to care about you. Care if you were happy, care if you were sleeping warm. It was a whole new thing for me.
Stevie's my father. Leave him alone, please.
For a minute there, I thought there was a girl in this room who used to make me feel, human.
Steve, there is.
No, it's a dream like the boat.
You could get her back.
Mm-hmm. So much for dreams.
Steve, he's dying. He thinks I don't know it. I want him to have his last moments in peace.
So you'll sell yourself to me if I get off his back?
It wouldn't be that.
What would it be?
If you could do something like that, if once in your life you didn't put your job above everything else, I'd know something about you.
Yeah, you know I'm a fool.
I know you were human.
I love you. Isn't that enough?
Steve, I love you. And I love my father, too. Isn't that more than enough?
Hello.
Mr. Kramer?
Yeah,
You wanted to know the minute Mr. Gann left the hospital.
right.
Thanks for the present.
Thanks for your trouble. I have to see someone. Make yourself a drink.
What about my father?
I'll be back and we'll talk.
What do you got?
Frank Gann's primary ailment is a form of progressive muscular degeneration known as neurovascular ataxia.
Simon, why do you always give me medical terminology when all I want's a simple explanation like who's guilty?
According to his record, he's been suffering from it for 10 years.
We all suffer one way or another.
Gann's problem is an inability to control his muscles. He's weak.
He wasn't convicted of being strong.
He was, Jack. Frank Gann was convicted of shoving a 300-pound teakwood cabinet across a carpeted floor to get it a safe built into the wall.
The only other person who knew the combination was... Gordon. When? Right. Frank Gann just checked himself out of the hospital.
You look a little pale.
It was the climate. Are you going for that gun, JJ? Don't, or I'll kill you. I'll get caught, but I'm a dying man anyway.
Frank, what are you talking about? We're friends.
Fine, then we have no problems. You just wrap up my split, and I'll be on my way.
Now? What if Kramer's around?
Do it, JJ, now.
Frank,
no more talk. I get awfully tired. Put them in the attaché case. Count them.
Come on, Frank. It's me, JJ.
That's right. I should be able to trust you. Maybe it's because you told the police I threatened to kill you.
All that. We have to make it look good now, don't we, Frank? Well, that was our deal, wasn't it? You were sick, a couple of years in prison for $500,000.
I got 15 years.
Yeah, but you're out now, Frank.
And I got 6 months left. This thing's ahead of schedule.
Frank, you have your shares here. What else do you want?
To die after you do.
Wait a minute. Wait. Now, something's all wrong here. I mean, you should have the gun on him, Willard. I mean, that's what that whole act down at headquarters was about, wasn't it? Great idea. You take out a gun permit, and you get rid of the one man in the world who knows the truth.
Well, let's be rational about this.
Oh, yeah, sure. Just give me the evidence first.
No, you... Come on, Frank.
Don't try to stop me now.
You're a lot of things, but you're not a killer.
You're not so bad, Kramer. This time you're only half right.
He's dead. You do this?
Yeah. They were in it together. Gans shot Willard, and me, and I shot in self-defense.
These the securities?
Yeah.
You could have told us what you knew.
I did my job, Doctor.
And only 2 men dead. Another case solved by Special Investigator Steve Kramer. Your boss will be delighted. Why don't I want to congratulate you?
Simon, Gans was a thief. So was Willard.
Somehow that just doesn't seem to be enough.
Willard undoubtedly thought Gans would die in jail. He didn't. Gans came out to collect. He didn't. Well, I'll be back at the same old stand in the morning. If you need me for the inquest, you've got the number. Jill?
This is everything he had with him.
Thank you.
Can I drive you somewhere?
I have a car.
I need to talk.
It's all been said.
Jill? Jill, please. He was guilty. I had nothing against him. I have nothing against any man. He was guilty. Please, don't you understand?
Yes. I understand.
Kramer, was that the only way to do it?
They were thieves. And I was right. I was right.